Hello there, good day. This is Mark Barnabas again, and welcome to Fortnightly updates on data protection and cybersecurity. So, this fortnight we've got quite a few interesting articles, and there are two particular ones that I kind of find really important. So, let's go straight into it. So the first article we picked up this week is the article about Twitter. We all know about TikTok has been in the news for the wrong reasons for the past couple of weeks, in fact months, and now it's Twitter's time to get in trouble with the European Union and GDPR. Gosh, all these social media apps are really collecting lots of data and breaching many data protection laws. So I wonder if there are also local apps in your country that also have similar challenges. So my take is we have to be very careful of what we share on social media. So another article coming up next is on risk assessment, something I am extremely passionate about. Risk assessment. I mean, some of you know that my business got into some trouble with because of some partners, but really, this risk assessment relates to a lot of cyber risks. And this article here talks about the different types of assessments that we should take to analyze our risk. And this particular article talks a lot about cybersecurity risk, where there's so many tools out there to look into cyber risk. And why look into cyber risk? Because cyber risk is one of the major risks involved in the new normal. Businesses need to be very, very cautious about risk, and more so in cyber risk management. And this article by Guy Carpenter really talks about how human resources and cyber risks are so important to be effective in the new normal, because many of us who are in HR would be using some form of HR tech, and there's been a surge of HR tech in the past few years, and even the Singapore government has given a lot of support for companies who would use technology to manage HR. I mean, HR has always been known as a cost center, so therefore several technologies have been there to put in payroll system, leave system, compensation systems. So because so much tech is going to HR, cyber becomes so important in HR, isn't it? So make sure if you are using some HR tech, make sure you look into your cyber risk. So HR starts to need to talk to IT a little bit more in time to come. And still on cyber risk, greater emphasis on cybersecurity in the 21st century, as this report from ABA talks about, more money needs to be spent on cybersecurity. And while many companies don't spend a lot of money on cybersecurity, this article here talks about how companies in the 21st century beyond COVID-19 need to spend a little bit more on cybersecurity. And you know what? They are talking about spending more than $2,600 per employee. Yes, more than $2,600 per employee. So how many employees do you have? And how much are you spending on your cybersecurity? Now, of course, this number is really talking about huge companies and an overall average of huge companies. But no, if you're not spending $1,000 at least, then I don't know. Well, it could include cloud solutions. It could include virus scans, perhaps. But I mean, if you're not spending a single cent, then you really get to think like 2-3 times. Why aren't you spending a single cent on cybersecurity? Because data protection is certainly an edge for businesses in the 21st century. You all already know that today we are so dependent on technology, and therefore being able to protect our digital data, our digital crown jewels, become so important. But of course, given the fact that not all businesses depend on data, it really depends on how much digital data you have. I mean, I know of business that totally have no data. Yes, they are. I mean, look, the hawker, the guy that's frying every day, he doesn't have any data. So with that situation, he has no risk. But in general, I'm sure most businesses have some form of digital asset. So start protecting your digital assets today. And talk about China again. There's been a huge talk about China and US on the trade war and privacy. But I really am glad as a Singaporean Chinese myself to know that there are actually increasing laws to protect personal data in China. Not many people know that China actually has a Personal Data Act, and it's called PIS. Yes, you're laughing. It's called PIS, Personal Information Security Specifications. So I guess over the next few months or years, you will see more and more privacy laws in China to give more rights to individuals in the country. Although it's still a one-party country, but I'm sure there will be some form of evolution. Because I've been to China several times, and there is certainly some form of privacy there as well. Just that we don't really see it in the legal side, but I believe it will come. So for all data practitioners, we have to be aware and not just overlook, oh, it's China and no privacy. No, there is some privacy law, and in fact, there is a privacy law, and I'm sure it'll get more and more stringent along the way. So in case you're doing any ads in China, well, just take note, or in the business in China as well, do take note. So finally, my name is Mark Barnabas, and I wish you a great week ahead. Be safe, and of course, if you would like to download a complimentary single page or one page petite privacy notices or a petite note on privacy, please scan the QR code here to download your free copy. And see you very soon, and be safe, not just physically during this COVID-19 period, but also be safe digitally. Have a good one, and goodbye.